But Lord Chaitanya didn't come just to give the perfection of liberation. He came to give something even beyond the perfection of liberation. Hare Krishna. He came to give entrance into the transcendental Leela of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even gave the associates of the other avatars entrance into Braj Leela, the highest realm of the sweetest exchanges of spiritual love. Therefore, he is the most munificent, most magnanimous, most merciful of all incarnations, because he's giving what no other avatar has ever given through such a simple means. So yes, in Navadvip, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu established Harinam Sankirtan. And that very historical night, when he was told that Chand Kazi broke the Mardangas and were persecuting the devotees, he declared, "I will tonight dance and chant in the streets of Navadvip. Let us see what the Kazi will do to me. Today, death personified will stand before the blasphemers." The word spread. Previous to this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only performed Sankirtan in the secluded house of Srivas Thakur. The doors and windows were locked so that no person who had even the slightest tinge of material ego in their hearts were allowed in. But now he was going to go out into the public and personally dance. Harivo. Even the demigods disguise themselves as human beings just to see this beautiful dance of the Lord in his ecstasy of crying out the holy names of Krishna. Yes, the Lord inundated Navadvip Dham with Harinam and Krishna Prem. But for the sake of those persons who escaped the net of his mercy, egotistic scholars, smarta Brahmins, and very fallen sinful persons, he decided to take sannyas. Because as the Supreme Personality of God, and anyone who bowed down to him would attain the perfection of life. And in those days, everyone bowed down to sannyasis. So he renounced his loving wife, his caring mother, his home, his friends in Navadvip, and accepted sannyas. Sachi Devi, his mother, requested him, "Please make your base in Puri, because it is not different than Vrindavan. The same Krishna of Vrindavan lives in Jagannath Puri as Jagannath. There I will always hear the news of your beautiful pastimes." So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then made his base in Puri. After his South Indian tour, he called for his devotees from Bengal, Navadvip, Shantipur, Srikhanda, Kulinagram, all of those areas. Invited them, come every year during the Chaturmasya, and together we will celebrate Rath Yatra. And how the Lord celebrated Rath Yatra. It's such a wonderful story. According to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, anyone who hears this story with faith will attain the essence of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, pure love of Krishna. But we must hear with faith. On the full moon night of the month of Jyeshta is the appearance day of Lord Jagannath. So they perform Abhishekam. It is called Snan Yatra. It's a beautiful ceremony. They bring Baladev, Subhadra, Jagannath outside of the temple room and make a beautiful platform for him. And they bathe him throughout the day with various transcendental substances. The persons who take charge of Jagannath at this time are not the pandas or the regular priests, but the Dayatas and Dayatapatis, who are the actual descendants of Vishvavasu, the original pujari of Nilamadava, of the Shabari class. Yes, these Dayatapatis, they bathe the Lord. And according to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada explains at that time the Lord performs the leela of getting fever. He becomes sick. So therefore, for 15 days he goes into a secluded state. That is called Navayovanam. During that time, they offer various services to the Lord, including repainting his body and so many other wonderful services. And during that time, no one except the selected Dayatapatis are allowed to see Lord Jagannath. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to be in Puri and not see the Supreme Lord of his life, Lord Chaitanya was in the mood of Sri Radharani. Every morning, before the dawn, he would be in the temple of Jagannath, worshipping him behind the Garuda stamba, with his heart, his soul, his life. So it was very difficult. So he went to Alalanath, a very, very sacred and ancient temple, not far from Puri. And there you will see, if you go, there is a big stone where Lord Chaitanya would lay down. And in his separation from Lord Jagannath, the stone melted just by being touched by his body. And even today, the imprints of his limbs are upon that stone. But then the devotees from Bengal, they were approaching. When Lord Chaitanya received this news, that they were about to enter into Puri, all the Vaishnavas from Navadvip, headed by Advaitacharya, he became so enlivened. The ecstasies of lamentation and separation had become transcendently relieved with the hope of associating with the devotees. He became blissful.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.